We're moving on to some book chats. With me is the author of The Diary of a Pregnant Virgin, Olamipeju Adekunle. She has been an advocate for young girls since 2012 and has worked across many projects in regards to developing young women. She joins me today and, of course, also on the show to talk about her book, The Diary of a Pregnant Virgin. Things Mama never told us about.
Things Mama never told me about. Hurts the most.
I mean, your book is quite inspiring.
Thank you.
Very inspiring. So, it's not a lot of women, that would come out to share their story the way you did. So what inspired you to, put all of that in this book?
Okay, so basically, I organized conference for young women.
Yeah.
So there was this particular edition. I invited a particular speaker, a young girl, and she came with her mom. So after the program, I got girls coming to say, oh, nice one, anyway, okay, I'm like, oh, thank you, thank you. And then the mom walked up to me and she told me, what an inspiring story you just shared today. I said, oh, thank you, Ma, like I always do. And she told me, don't you think you should write this, make it into a book or a movie?
Yeah.
So I was laughing again because she was like, is it funny? I said, no, because I've never thought about writing into a book. Like, I just want to share my experience so that these young women don't fall victim of what I experienced and all that. And she told me, I think you should write it. So I got home that night and I sat down. I'm like, do I really want the world to know what happened? Like, how would they think, they might say, it's a lie and all that. So I woke my spouse up and I told him that I want to write this. Are you comfortable with me sharing what happened? And he said, it's comfortable.
Is it the one you're married to
yes,
right now?
Please.
It's still the same person?
Yes, please.
Wow, interesting.
So he immediately gave me the go-ahead. I started burning the midnight candles and I wrote everything down.
Okay, so your experience is quite unusual, a pregnant virgin. I mean, I've heard of stories of pregnant virgins, but, with what you shared here, you did not exactly have, a sexual intercourse with your partner.
Yeah.
But, there was some sort of, play which,
yes.
happened within
yes.
your relationship.
Yes.
I mean, did you ever discuss this with a doctor? Like, how possible is it to get pregnant from just a, playful experience with your partner? How does that happen?
There's this, everyone knows that for pregnancy to happen, there must be intercourse.
Yes.
And so when this didn't happen, so every time I come in contact with a doctor, I don't even say, doctor, this is my story. I keep quiet. I just say, doctor, I have a question. And he says, okay, so what is it? I'm like, is it possible for a virgin to be pregnant? And at the conference, the girls go, no. So I just keep quiet. I don't say it's my story. Then the doctor says, it's very, very, very possible. Then everybody go, wow. And I say, so I said, doctor, so that's my story. So let's talk. This is what happened to me. And so that's the way because sometimes I'm like, okay, how possible? So when I meet new doctors, I ask you the same thing over and over again. Just to be sure that what really happened, because I was really confused when I kept saying, it cannot happen. Me, I'm waiting till wedding night. I've been dreaming, wedding night, and then the whole thing just bust my bubbles, and I was like, hey.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'm even delighted to meet a pregnant virgin. Okay, so in your book also, this experience happened during your NYSC.
Yes.
And how did you cope with, being pregnant and everything going on in your mind during, throughout your NYSC period?
It was tough. It was very tough. But I'm grateful for my parents.
Yeah, of course. You had a great support system,
actually.
I was,
my parents, I don't know, they're really up for it. My father, every time he would tell me, just make sure you're emotionally stable. But I wasn't. I was depressed. The fact that I have to think of, I wasn't ready for this. This is not what I was expecting. I wanted to finish NYC, masters, and then you cannot start thinking about the wedding thing will go on and on and on and on. But it didn't happen. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm the one that tells girls to wait till they're married.
Yeah.
Now this is my story. I'm pregnant and I did not even do the main thing. So it was so confusing, and there were days when I felt like just taking a pen and giving myself out,
Because according to your book here, you also shared that
it was tough. It was tough. And the first trimester and all those stuff, they didn't take it lightly with me. I was down all the period and I had to go to my place of primary assignment. And so I just told myself, you got to be strong. There's no daddy and mommy in Zamfara. Get up and do what you have to do.
Let's
Yes.
talk about, the crucial lessons that your book has taught here, especially because from your experience, your mom never had this discussion with you.
Never.
This, she'd never taught you about sex education. And when you got pregnant, she imagined that you should have learned from school or from friends. What do you have to say to, young girls and, of course, parents out there, in terms of relating with their children more about this kind of,
Every time I'm
education?
privileged to talk to parents, I always tell them to be their children's friend, the
Okay.
female ones especially, because they're going through a lot, and for the fact that my mom didn't even tell me about, I didn't even know where babies come out from till I got to university.
You're
Like
joking.
I'm always saying no, it comes here, and I got to university and someone told me this is where it comes out. And I'm like, lie, is that the way you pee from that? How would the baby come out from there? And before you know it, I started doing research. I'm like, that's not where the babies come out from. So things, little things like that.
Yeah.
So when I got pregnant, the shocking part, why I said things, Mama,
Yes,
my mom told me,
yeah.
don't you know about condoms? I thought you attended Unilag, and I'm like, is Unilag supposed to teach me about sex education?
Yeah.
So I almost shouted blood of God, because I was not expecting that she would say condom. I think the way she pronounced the condom confidently. I told myself, no way, mommy, did you have to allow me go through this to start, So I try to tell parents to talk to your children about, don't wait for this internet, don't wait for, I got to know through the internet, through friends, don't wait for, and then they fall into mistakes and you're like, you brought shame to me, to avoid the shame and the old God thing. Talk to them. It goes a long way.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Your book is quite inspiring. I would also, tell a lot of young girls, to please go get this book, Diary of a Pregnant Virgin. Very inspiring. A lot of lessons to learn, of course. Thank you so much for writing such an
Thank you
inspiring
for having
book.
me.
And I'm
you.
also going to, of course, recommend it to a lot of young people as well.